We arrived at Beijing's iconic Tiananmen Square well before sunrise. Yes, you heard me right, before sunrise. And no, I'm not usually a morning person, but this, I promise, was worth setting that dreaded alarm. Every day, precisely at sunrise, Tiananmen Square hosts a solemn and majestic flag-raising ceremony. This is a powerful ritual symbolizing China's pride and unity. It's like clockwork, precision at its finest, making even your punctual friend look late. Standing here, it's impossible not to feel the weight of history. Tiananmen Square isn't just enormous, it's the largest public square in the world, but it's also deeply symbolic, echoing with voices from pivotal moments in China's past, from grand celebrations to poignant protest. As the first rays break through, the crowd grows quiet. You can practically hear the anticipation, or maybe that's just a collective lack of caffeine kicking in. But joking aside, witnessing the red flag ascend gracefully against the Beijing skyline is genuinely moving. If you ever find yourself in Beijing, sacrificing a few extra hours of sleep for this unforgettable sunrise at Tiananmen Square, it's absolutely worth it. Now, about that coffee. Anyone? After walking around the city for a few more hours and getting a couple cups of coffee, it was now time to get a bite to eat. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm eating at the Cheesecake Factory in Beijing. Normally, I'd avoid chains when traveling, but curiosity won. Huge menu and cheesecake in China, this I had to see for myself. After some rest at the hotel, we stepped out into the buzzing nightlife of Wangfujing, one of Beijing's busiest shopping streets. This area is especially famous for food and souvenirs. Trust me, if you're a snack lover, this place is your dream come true. Shops overflowed with colorful displays of traditional Chinese sweets, crunchy cookies, and candies. So tempting that my inner child was screaming, "Buy everything." Next, we wandered into a famous Chinese lotion store. You'll instantly recognize these shops by their iconic green packaging. They are literally scattered everywhere across China, and you know they are filled with magical herbs and ancient secrets. Just a few steps down the street, we passed a cozy tea store where a couple was quietly enjoying their tea. To our surprise and delight, they invited us in. Since my Mandarin is limited to hello, it still worked out because, as it turns out, drinking tea together is a universal language. The next morning, bright and early, we set off on foot to explore more. Immediately, we saw a guy loading about 20 rental bikes into a tiny truck. This is Tetris, Beijing style. Next, we stumbled upon a bustling market selling only homemade sauces, spices, and pickled veggies. It smelled incredible, but fair warning, it was like walking straight into a spicy cloud. Alright, now I have some snack cravings, so we hunted down some street dumplings. Here's the best part, 10 delicious pork dumplings for just about $1. Alright, we are getting close to our destination, which is BeiHai Park, a stunning oasis just northwest of the famous Forbidden City. The moment you enter, it feels like you've stepped into a postcard scene. Serene lakes, historical temples, lush gardens, just gorgeous. We saw groups of locals deeply engrossed in birdwatching, so intensely that you'd think they spotted a rare Pokemon. This park is one of China's oldest and best preserved imperial gardens, dating back to the 11th century. It's like stepping back into ancient China without leaving downtown Beijing. Nearby, graceful women perform Tai Chi, adding a beautifully peaceful atmosphere. We then hiked up the park's main hill, pausing at several scenic viewing platforms. The vibrant red temples scattered throughout the lush greenery were postcard perfect. Every corner seemed more photogenic than the last. At last, we reached the summit, and wow, what a reward. The panoramic views from the top were simply breathtaking. We could clearly see the grandeur of the Forbidden City laid out before us, alongside Beijing's sprawling urban landscape. Now, we're starting our much easier journey back down. Back at ground level, we discovered a peaceful lake with charming paddle boats drifting along. Families and couples paddled leisurely through the scenic canals lined with weeping willows and colorful flower gardens. Honestly, it felt miles away from the chaotic city center, despite literally being right in the heart of Beijing. This was quiet, calming, and absolutely beautiful. BeiHai Park might just be Beijing's ultimate relaxation spot. Paddle boats are cheap and fun. You can rent one for about $5 US an hour and enjoy a different perspective in Beijing. As we were leaving, I spotted a curious sign that said, "Please keep quiet." At first, I laughed, thinking, why do we have to whisper outside? But the more I thought about it, the more it made sense. They want to preserve the park's peacefulness and prevent groups from disturbing the tranquility. Honestly, a little ironic to loudly debate the quietness of a park, right? Beijing surprised me. Vibrant street life, historic parks, friendly strangers, and unbeatable street food. Beijing has something for everyone. Thanks for joining my adventure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.